Hello, welcome to my book review of The Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater, the second book in the Raven Cycle, or aka Part 2 of Jenny gushing about the OT5. If you haven't read The Raven Boys yet, then A, why have you not read The Raven Boys yet? And B, spoilers, what are you doing here? But before you leave, to correct that fatal mistake of not having read The Raven Boys yet, let me give you a short synopsis. The Raven Boys is about a girl named Blue and her friendship with 4 other prep school boys and their quest in finding a sleeping, magical Welsh king in Virginia, USA, because hey, that's where all Welsh kings are, right? Especially the magical ones, not like in Wales or anything. I hope you will go read The Raven Boys now. If you have already read The Dream Thieves, then stick around because now we're gonna dig a little deeper and I will bring out my feels and I will dump it onto you and you will suffocate. So let's talk some Kavinsky. Kavinsky basically bulldozed me right into my face because I did not see Kavinsky coming. I just thought Kavinsky is a dick. Not Gansey, but a dick. While I was reading The Dream Thieves, I have to admit I wasn't really paying attention to Ronan and Adam. I know, shame on me. I was young and naive, but I've learned my lesson now. And you might be asking, but Jenny, what were you doing instead while reading this book? Well, I was basically waiting at docks, crying my eyes out, waiting for my ship of Bluesy to sail. It didn't really happen. Like, there was a little bit of wind, but it hasn't sailed yet. Still hasn't sailed yet, and that kind of irks me. So basically I wasn't really paying that much attention to Ronan and Adam, which doesn't mean that I don't have thoughts on Ronan and Adam. Like, Kavinsky and Ronan's relationship was super interesting. Firstly, Kavinsky obviously has some kind of traumatic childhood experience with his mother and some kind of neglected parenting issues because that kid is really messed up, and I thought Ronan and Adam were messed up, but no, Kavinsky is really messed up. There were some illogical parts though. Like, firstly, I did not see it coming that Kavinsky would also be someone who would be able to pull things out of his dreams. Like, whoa, crazy. Because the whole entire Raven cycle seems very well thought out, I thought it was kind of irritating that Cabe's water didn't start flickering or disappearing, or Noah didn't start flickering until the second book, because obviously Kavinsky has been doing this throughout his whole entire school time or whatever time he's spent in Henrietta. So he must have used up the magic as well, unless, you know, it started because him and Ronan both started pulling massive cars out of their dreams, or even not cars, but just start pulling stuff out of their dreams. It was so obvious that Kavinsky was really into Ronan, but he didn't know how to express his feelings, similar to how Ronan actually is, but just more crazy and on drugs and explosives. That kid should not handle explosives. Like, what? No. It also surprised me that he died. He very conveniently died, I guess. It did solve the whole entire Cabe's water problem, but I would have liked to have a little bit of a different resolution there, because it just kind of, everything just fell together very conveniently. Moving on to Ronan. Holy, that guy took his skills to a whole new level. Like, his whole entire family house, his dad, who dreamed up everything, who dreamed up his mother, like, oh my god, his mother is nothing but a figment of his father's imagination. That must really mess with your head. I mean, wouldn't that kind of make you question your self-worth in general, just yourself, everything? I think I'm gonna, you know, talk a little bit about the third book right now without spoilers, but there's like this passage at the very beginning where Blue says, you know, Ronan didn't really seem to care whether he was dreaming or asleep, because to him essentially it was all the same. And I think that sums up Ronan's character perfectly, because for him it is the same, because he can make his dreams become reality. I just really loved the different sides you got to see of him, kind of get a glimpse at, you know, what kind of a person he used to be, and also it makes you think about how he became the way he's now. And that kiss scene with Noah was the sweetest but saddest thing. How she got to experience the kiss and how Noah got to experience the kiss, but then, you know, she experienced something that she would never experience again. Obviously we know that at some point she's probably gonna kiss Gansey, but then also Noah, you know, experience, or maybe we experience something that he knows that he will never be able to have in his life again, and I think that just made that moment so incredibly bittersweet. And I think it also tells you a lot about Noah and Blue's relationship. I think Noah gets overlooked a lot, but Noah, he's a ghost. I think he just knows a lot of things, but he doesn't really interfere with people's, you could say, quote-unquote fate. He just lets it happen because sometimes things are just supposed to happen the way that they're going to happen. And I think that also makes Noah into a very interesting character, but he's also a coward, and I'm not saying that in a bad way, but it's just the person who he is. And I think it's also really interesting considering that he's already dead, that he's still afraid, and that he doesn't have the courage to do certain things. And I do hope that Noah kind of grows out of this in some way. Oh, Noah. Oh, Noah. Adam. In the first book, I did not like Adam. I just wanted Blue and Adam to break up. Not because of Gansey, but just in general, like, He was just such a bitter character in the first book. He was very much justified in his emotions. I just didn't enjoy his consistent, like, dark character or just bitterness that was lying underneath, under everything that he did. In this book, he finally kind of comes into himself. You see, like in the beginning, he still has a lot of confusion and bitterness in him, but what I really loved about Adam is you see him become a different person. Like, you see his character growth. It's so obvious and it's so well done. Like, you see what Capeswater does to him, how it makes everything just really messed up in the beginning, but how he pulls through and how he seeks help and how he's trying to understand, and how he is actually, you know, it wasn't just, oh, I'm just gonna wake up to Layla and whatever, YOLO. No, he's actually trying to embrace it and trying to do what he promised to do. And I think it just made Adam into a much more balanced character. Like Maggie Stiefvater, with that move, with Adam waking up to Layla, and he basically pulled all the characters onto like the same level. There's Blue, who's obviously level 100, then there's Ronan, who's obviously level 1000, then there's Gansey, who's like this ball of fluff and charm and lovingness, and then there's Noah, who's a dead kid but still there, resurrected more or less, or no, actually dead, but still there. And then there was Adam, the beaten and abused kid, but now there's Adam, the magician, with a direct connection to this magical forest. So Blue and Gansey has been hinted at throughout the whole entire, up to this fight, throughout both books. How Gansey is the person who Blue calls and Blue is the person who Gansey calls when they just don't feel happy. And it just made my heart melt a little bit. And then that whole entire star scene, ugh, my heart was about to give out. I think I reread that scene like twice because it was just so nice, and you can just feel how they kind of ground each other. I ship it. I totally ship it. I just want them to finally be together. What I loved the most was when one of the women told Blue that her mom used to call her dad Butternut. I was laughing. Like, it was so funny, so hilarious. And then all the times when they called him Butternut, the images in my head, you can't stop them. Now I can't unthink them. It's just, oh my god, why would you call someone Butternut? I just love the quirky comments that they all say to each other. I just love the relationship between all of the characters. It's just so great. Even the Grey Man, who was supposed to kill these people, he turned into a good guy. I just love these guys. I just want the OT5 to always be together. They should just start a family and start having cute babies. I don't care. I don't care. Just do it. Just do it. So this was my review of The Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you've read the book, please tell me what you thought about it. Please tell me your thoughts. Do you have any theories about what might happen in the future? And yes, I will see you in my next video. Bye! I haven't made up my mind right now whether she's just incredibly smart or just incredibly stupid. Author manages to play with reader expectations because she's basically shoving you the facts into your face and you're like, no, no, I don't believe this.